Very good. Thank you very much, Angeles, for this talk you have given us, which includes more or less all the substance and essence of what we are dealing with this day. And well, I would like to welcome once again all those present and those who are online. And of course, I would like to congratulate Angeles because, well, she is the director of the UNESCO chair for the organization of this conference and for her tireless work, because she is a hard worker as well as a great professional. She is currently doing a great job in charge of the UNED chair and in charge of many other things in which we are also working together and together with other members of the university and also of the Vice-Rectorate of Internationalization. One of them is the Open EU project, which is Open European University, where, of course, her expertise, as they say now in Spanish, they come from the English expertise, is very much appreciated because really without the work that she and many members of the UNESCO chair in distance education are doing, well, it would be impossible. Also, well, I would like to say, well, she has already said it, I am also pleased to say that this conference has been possible thanks to the support we give from the Vice-Rectorate of Internationalization and Multilingualism to strengthen internationalization. And, well, there is nothing more international than education. That is what education has to be. Now it is digital, and that internationalizes it even more. It is open, supportive, inclusive, and in fact, education cannot be conceived without the concept of internationalization, and therefore, as I always say, that is why universities are called universities, because they refer to the universe, to the knowledge that is international, has no barriers, is universal, and therefore we cannot speak from a narrow point of view. We have to have a broad mentality. I would also like to thank all the participants in person and online. I am going to name everyone, but briefly, Keith Holmes, the members of QAD, of course, and the members or directors of the other chairs, such as Joaquim Jorge from Portugal, Colin de la Higuera from Université de Nantes in France, Daniel Burgos, who I believe is present here, yes, from La Rioja Unir in Spain, Carlos Delgado Claus, from the University of Carlos III, Soledad Ibarra, from the University of Cadiz, the chair of Alba Juez, from the chair of the UOC in Spain, John Traxler, from the United Kingdom, from the UNESCO chair in Innovation and Informal Learning in Disadvantaged and Developing Contexts, Moketsi Letsika, from South Africa, from UNISA, with whom we also have an agreement with this university, Fawzi Baroud, from the University of Notre Dame in Lebanon, Glenda Cox, from the University of Cape Town in South Africa, and Tela Miel, from the UNESCO Chair in Distance Education at the University of Brasilia. And of course, to our lecturers, Francesc Pedro. Francesc has also accompanied us in the other conference that Angeles organized in September of the UNESCO chair. We thank him because he is always willing to help us and collaborate. Zeynep Varoglu, who is Senior Program Specialist, Communication and Information Sector of UNESCO, and Mark West, who is also a Project Officer of UNESCO. And of course, our dear teacher, our dear Lorenzo Garcia Aretio, who is here, whom we thank for so many things. He is honorary president of QED. He was director of QED for how long, Lorenzo? A little less than 30 years, 21 years. And well, for us, it is an honor to have him here, but not only here today, but to have him in this university, because he is an institution. He is called the master in many countries of the world. It is wonderful to go to meetings with him because he is treated with a love and affection and respect that, well, many people would like to have. And besides, well, what can I tell you? If I talk about his curriculum, I would be here for 2 hours. But as a small detail, He has just been awarded his 5th honoris causa there in Costa Rica. Besides a fabulous prize, he is the first Spanish-speaking person to have won it, right, which is the ICDE Prize of Excellence for Lifelong Achievement. So, well, how can we not be proud to have him and also to have him with us and to have him here today? Because I am sure that he too, together with all of you, will be able to contribute many interesting and important things to listen to. And, well, as we know, the objective of the UNESCO chairs is to promote and improve the development of research, training, and development programs in higher education through the creation of university networks. Here, at this moment, we are also working with networks and the promotion of inter-university cooperation and the transfer of knowledge also around the world to face common challenges, as Angeles has already said, right? Therefore, UNESCO chairs and UNED networks are closely aligned with the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, as it could not be otherwise. As Frances Pedro rightly expressed in the activity we organized here in September, UNESCO chairs contribute significantly to the roadmap for the transformation of higher education. So we owe you all this roadmap, that we need to know how we are going to continue working in education, how we are going to develop education, in this case, well, distance and digitized education. And I know that this is so because in the QED of the UNED, we have been working for many years, for a long time, under Lorenzo for a long time, and now in the hands of Angeles, in the strengthening and promotion and dignification, I would say dignification in the whole world in our methodology, which at the beginning was of doubtful reputation and many people did not understand what distance education was. And here we did a great deal of work from this chair to dignify it, to make it understood and to make it known that we work rigorously and from the scientific point of view to be able to take education to all corners of the world and make it more inclusive and more complete, I would say, right? And today we will have a meeting and dialogue with 16 international UNESCO chairs and UNED networks of these 41 that Angeles mentioned, which are associated with open distance and digital education around the world, which makes this an international event. As Vice Chancellor for Internationalization, I'm glad to be here at these events where all this international collaboration is encouraged, right? We are going to reflect on the future of open education and about what we have achieved so far and what we have ahead of us, which is very important, where artificial intelligence, as the director has already said, and disruptive technologies are an everyday reality already, and in which, therefore, we have to adapt to them and take all the positive things they provide us to be able to offer this equitable, inclusive and high-quality education for all throughout life. I consistently affirm, and it's widely agreed upon, that education liberates and empowers us. This is because education is closely tied to freedom in many ways. By dispelling ignorance, we break the chains of oppression and attain freedom through education. This demonstrates the inseparable relationship between freedom and education. As famously stated by Aristotle, the roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Furthermore, Plato also always said that the aim of education is virtue and the desire to become a good citizen. I believe that this chair, specifically designed to achieve the SDGs, particularly SDG 4, plays a crucial role in shaping students and all individuals involved into responsible and well-rounded citizens. It is important for good citizenship to have an international education perspective that fosters an understanding of different cultures, languages, and viewpoints, encouraging contemplation and respect for diverse ideas. This goes hand in hand with the purpose of universities and education in general. Thus, it is an immense privilege for me to inaugurate this conference alongside such esteemed colleagues. I am certain that this event will prove to be highly beneficial for all participants, contributing to the vision expressed by our esteemed rector, which emphasizes the importance of collective efforts in building a university. With that said, I extend my warm wishes for a joyful holiday season to each and every one of you, and I hope that the upcoming year brings increased knowledge and enlightenment for all. The Education Day 2050 is hereby declared open, highlighting the visionary goals and actions undertaken by the UNESCO chairs in open, distance, and digital education in shaping the future. I express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you. Thank you.